Hello. Hi.
Hi, welcome to Diz's virtual tea party. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are so excited about the amazing lineup of musicians and talent and chat that we have lined up for you tonight. If you have been to one of Diz's tea parties before, then you'll kind of know the backstory of what all of this is about and where your good money is going to. But if you've not, then Diz, do you want to explain a little bit more about that for us?
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Kirsty. Basically, I had heard about the charity in the Vale Leven hospital because of my husband's granny, and she'd received really good care there, and it kind of grew from talking to other people that it's something that's so widely used, and they're really good to all their patients, and the money is directly used within the ward, and it's Jerry O'Hare that is in charge of that, and the good man that gets the check. He's amazing. And it started in my garden, which I was lucky enough to have a big garden. And long story short, people were either not leaving for days or it was just getting bigger and bigger. So I had it in another venue in Dumbarton and then got the opportunity of using it in my now work, the Phoenix building, which was exciting. And then an inconvenient pandemic came along.
Corona.
I know. So we're really lucky to have this format and this opportunity and something positive with the music and bringing up all the positive sides as well as the negative. Because it's big personal things in the family that the reason that cancer charity was a big one for us to do, really. And it's amazing how many people that it affects. So that's the main reasons, to be fair.
So over the course of this evening, we're going to chat a bit about cancer, give you the opportunity to donate to Vale Leven Cancer Trust, but we're also going to give you lots of amazing musicians. When we were talking about a name for this, one of the names we bounced about was Phoenix Jukebox, where you put some money in and we give you music. So there's his line, not mine, but it's a good one. So here's our first act. We'll tell you how to donate shortly, but here's Daryl Muldoon, local boy who's played, that makes me sound old, doesn't it? Local boy, local boy.
An angry old man. He's a local boy.
But here's Daryl Muldoon, who is a lovely boy. He's played at a few of our events. He's great. So here's a couple of songs by Daryl. See you soon.
Walks down the street, he says, why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft in the middle? The rest of my life is so hard. I need a photo opportunity. I want a shot of redemption. Don't want to end up a carton in a carton graveyard. Golden digger, dogs in the moonlight, far away from my well-lit door. Mr. Be a bitty, get these moths away from me, you know I don't find this stuff I'm using anymore. If you'll be my bodyguard, that can be a long lost pal. I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me, you can call me out. A man walks down the street, he says, why am I short of attention? Got a short little span of attention. Oh, my nights are so long. Where's my wife and family? What if I die here? Who'll be my role model? None of my role models gone. They ducked back down the alley with some roly-poly little fat-faced girl. All alone, there were incidents and accidents, there were hits and allegations. If you'll be my bodyguard, that can be a long lost pal. I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me, you can call me out. Na 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 na.
tonight's going to be a bit of a weird mix of some amazing musicians, but also some conversations about cancer, which are never easy to have, but all three of us have been affected by cancer in different ways. When I came along to Diz's tea party 2 years ago for the first time, and one of the things that really interested me was because the money was going to the Vale Cancer Ward. And when Diz was talking about Jerry earlier, I met him when my mum was in there, and just seeing the way these guys cared about people, and just that personal touch that comes with that, just the real compassion and just a heart for people that comes when people are going through, I think, one of the toughest situations in their life. So it's been something I've tried to support as a friend for the past couple of years, and then when we had the opportunity to host it, because they started working with us, it felt a no-brainer to try and do something. So I guess through the rest of the night we'll pop up at different times and maybe share some of our stories, share some of our own experiences.
Our next act is Emily Fraser, who is a local woman with a really big heart. She loves helping people out. So when we asked her to send us some videos, she jumped at the chance. So here she is with some really incredible songs.
Hi Des, hi Ian, hi everybody. It's Emily Fraser here. I'm sorry I couldn't sing for you at the tea party at the Phoenix this year. Obviously the lockdowns prevented that, but I'm happy to be here and sing a few songs for you from home. So I'm just sitting in my living room with my piano here. The first song I've actually just learned for Connie and Glenn, Ian's mum and dad. So a wee birdie told me this was your song. So I hope I don't murder it. I'm going to have to look at this screen here, so I won't be looking at the camera, but I hope you enjoy this. Zoom, just one look, and then my heart went boom. Suddenly, and we were on the moon, flying high on a neon sky. Bang, just one touch, and all the church bells rang. Heaven called, and all the angels sang. Sunrise shine in a neon sky. Oh, zoom, chase the day away. High noon, the moon and stars came out to play. Then my whole wide world went zoom, shadows blowing as the roses bloom. Looking down and the roses bloom. I'm gonna start that bit again. Zoom, moonbeams dancing in the afternoon. Shadows blowing as the roses bloom. Looking down on a wonderland. Oh, smack, just one look, and I was out of whack. All at once, there was no turning back. All so far in the brighter star. Oh, zoom, you chase the day away. High noon, the moon and stars came out to play. Yeah, my whole wide world went fast once in my lifetime we were finally free, and you gave that to me. To chase the day away, high noon, moon and stars came out to play. Yeah, zoom, moon and stars came out to play. High noon, my whole wide world went zoom.
Hello, thank you so much for joining us tonight to raise money for the Vale of Leven Cancer Trust. If you would like to donate to help fund the amazing work that they do, go to the link on the screen or click the link above. Thank you again and enjoy the rest of your night.
How many sorrows do you try to hide in a world of illusion that's covering your mind? I'll show you something good. I'll show you something good. If you open your mind, you'll discover a sign that there's something you're longing to find. The miracle of love. Take away your pain. The miracle of love comes your way again. The miracle of love will take away your pain. The miracle of love comes your way again. Cruel is the night that covers up your fears. Tender is the one who wipes away your tears. There must be a bitter breeze to make it sting so viciously. They say the greatest power can hurt the most ferociously. Oh, I'll show you something good. I'll show you something good. If you open your heart, you can make a new start. When your crumbling world falls apart, the miracle of love will take away your pain. The miracle of love comes your way again. The miracle of love will take away your pain. The miracle of love comes your way again. Oh, yeah. The miracle of love. the miracle of love. Take away your pain in this heartless world. The miracle of love comes your way. Again and again and again and again and again and again. Ooh.
When I left the last coffee morning that I done last year, it was completely ironic because I've got a hall full of people and I'm raising money for cancer charities, and my mum was in the Beatson having her endoscopy done, and everyone was worried because it was a Sunday, but I know that they do like people that are on the list higher up on a Sunday to kind of fill in and make sure they get seen.
That makes sense.
But the irony of it was when I'd left my coffee afternoon, I phoned her to tell her the total that we'd raised, and she just literally said, "Diz, I've got 6 weeks."
Oh my
And I
God.
just went, "What?" And she's like, "I've got 6 weeks. They found tumour in my esophagus, and I knew there was something." So it went from like totally happy, positive to this big event to barely remembering how I drove my car to my mum-in-law's house. And she'd been getting treated from Jerry's ward under other consultants at the time as well, so we'd already known that she was about to start chemo, and then this kind of came along, but I'd went straight to her house. But they were all just about to go out for dinner, but they all came home to sit with me and kept an eye on the kids, and then the next minute I'm sitting around my mum and dad's dining table and the whole family are sitting there just looking completely shattered. And it was amazing how quickly it changed, but it's changed me as a person because it's made me realise life can change overnight. And it's always good to find the positives, because they then said they were going to try and cure her, and she'd a huge ischemic stroke, and she's now like left severely disabled, and it was because of the chemotherapy that she was on. It's just her body, and it was under 5% chance of that happening. So it was like, it just shows you that the 1 minute she's got 6 weeks, then she's been told that they're going to try and cure her, and then the next one, it's like second round of chemo causes this, and it just changed constantly. And my husband's mum has got neuropathy from a side effect from hers, and I think that was something I maybe took for granted. I just thought that I knew chemotherapy was hard, and I knew that that's what you typically use to treat cancer, and that's what makes people look unwell. But I don't think anyone, even myself, when I've went for surgery or anything, has ever sat and thought, "Oh, the side effects won't happen to me," or like ever thought it would actually happen. So I think that was a big deal, and this is why I like the fact that hopefully the money can either help these people or fund research into why these side effects happen, or hopefully prevent rather than cure. It'd be pretty amazing, because my mum lost her dad to cancer during all this as well, so it was just a total roller coaster.
Yes. Cancer's always a roller coaster.
I don't know, I just think that it's something that needs to be mentioned, that side effects are just as bad as not to scare people, but...
So there's, next up, I've heard a rumour. I've heard that you've got a bit of a crush on one of our next artists.
Oh, is it me?
You're not supposed to let that out. But yeah, is it Ian? Is it Stephen? Which one? We'll never
Hopefully
know.
it's your husband. But
Hopefully it is that one. That would be good. That would rescue me. Yeah. So we've got Stephen and Ian up next, and they're doing 2 songs for us, I believe. One of them is Creed and Higher. Another one is Oats in the Water, and I cannot remember the artist. I'm so sorry.
when dreaming guided to another world, time and time again. Yeah, at sunrise, I fight to stay asleep, 'cause I don't wanna leave the comfort of this place. 'Cause there's a hunger, a longing to escape from the life I live when I'm away. So let's go there, let's make our escape. Come on, let's go there. Let's ask, can we stay? Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Can you take me higher to a place with golden streets? Although I like a world to change, it helps me to appreciate those nights and those dreams. But my friend, I'd sacrifice all those nights if I could make the earth and my dreams the same. The only difference is to let love replace all our hate. So let's go there, let's make our escape. Come on, let's go there. Let's ask, can we stay? Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Can you take me higher to a place with golden streets? Let's go there, let's go there. Come on, let's go there. Let's ask, can we stay? Oh, I feel like I'm alive for the very first time. Set up high, I'm strong enough to take these dreams and make them mine. Set up high, I'm strong enough to take these dreams and make them mine. Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Can you take me higher to a place with golden streets? I'll take the long way around. I'll find my own way down, as I should. Hold your gaze. There's coke in the Midas touch, a joke in the way that we rust and breathe again. And you find loss, and you feel what you found. When the weather comes tearing down, there'll be oats in the water, there'll be birds on the ground, there'll be things you never asked her. Oh, how they'll tear at you now. Go your way. Well, I'll take the long way round. Well, I'll find my own way down, as I should. Hold your gaze. There's coke in the Midas touch, a joke in the way that we rust and breathe again. You'll find loss, and you'll feel what you found. When the weather comes tearing down, there'll be oats in the water, there'll be birds on the ground, there'll be things you never asked her. Oh, how they tear at you now. Go your way.
So this summer, my mum died. I was going to say it was a weird one. Of course, it was a weird one. It was weird, I guess, because loads of sadness, but also lots of really good things happening. So at the time, I've still got three younger sisters. Not at the time, I've got three younger sisters, but at the time they were living in New York and Kenya and London. So everyone came home. Mum was told she had a few days left to live. So we all came home, and she lived another 6 or 7 weeks after being told she had just a few days left. So it's just a really special family time of kind of hanging out together. And yeah, my mum was able to do some wedding planning with my sister, who was engaged, now married with 2 little kids. But I think that was special for her, just those moments. I guess there's been other times where I've been able to visit the Vale Hospital with a friend who was diagnosed, and just wanted someone alongside him and his wife, and just got to sit there and walk alongside it with them and just hang out with him at times, go fishing together. I guess all of us have different experiences of cancer, but I think one thing that probably is consistent across all three of our experiences is just the value that friends and family bring during those times. What have been your experiences of the way people have supported you guys and kind of walked alongside you?
I think even like the day that my papa's funeral, my mum's dad, happened, I just came home and then my 4 really close friends just all turned up at the house. Didn't give me a choice to say, not really feeling like it. They just come in.
Yeah.
They all just sat around me and made me laugh and talked to me and stuff. And I just thought that was exactly what I needed, because I would have just like thought, oh no, this is really rubbish, and lost a big person in my life. And my mum's starting chemo in a couple of days, and it was just all a bit rubbish. But very, very lucky and very blessed to have the friends that I've got, and that really did shine that day as well, because I was like, they're there anytime I need it. It's just amazing. They're still here now. They've been there since day one, really, and I think that that's priceless. Is doing what we're doing now, is to talk, and even if you've got one close person around you, that is priceless. Just talk about it. It
Yeah.
affects everyone in many different ways.
Absolutely, yeah. When I think of the people who were really there for me when Dad died, like my dad was ill for almost 8 years from diagnosis to when he passed away. And so a lot of people come and go in and out of your life in 8 years. But when I think of the people who were there when he died, and I think of just how they were there to listen, and if you wanted to cry, they would let you cry, and if you wanted to just go somewhere and have an ice cream and forget about it, then they would do that with you as well. And it was just really refreshing to be surrounded by people like that, people who are willing to let you talk but also not talk about it. Like, I had friends who I would never talk about with, because I was 18, I wanted to have a little bit of normality. I had just gone to uni, and like I wanted to be able to do the things that an 18-year-old does when they're in Edinburgh and whatnot, and not think about the fact that he was gone. But I also have friends, and they're still the same, that if I phoned them right now and said, well, social distancing, obviously, but if I phoned them and said, I need to speak to you because I'm really upset, they would be there. And I think that having friends like that, like even 5 years down the line, I think it's really important that people recognize that it sometimes feels like years ago and sometimes it feels like the day before.
Yeah.
Having those people around you that will let you pretend like it didn't happen, but also having those people around you that recognize that was a huge thing that happened, is really, really important.
Especially so young as well. It's awful.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy when you think about that.
I think one of the things I loved was just seeing some of Mum and Dad's friends, just walking alongside them as well. I had my friends kind of supporting me, but the couple, Scott and Jane, who just week in, week out, just would visit each week and sit, and Mum and Dad knew Scott and Jane from church, but they would just meet weekly and just pray together and share communion together, and just share life and be vulnerable with each other and kind of walk that journey together. And just, yeah, I'm just really thankful for people like that in Mum and Dad's life. Just
for sure.
Walk like that. One thing that's probably going to happen multiple times is one of us is going to well up a bit, and I can feel my eyes getting a bit watery. So why don't I introduce our next act, who is Karen, I've forgotten her surname. There's
Herbison.
Karen Herbison, who is going to share a poem with us. So here's Karen.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight to help raise money for Vale of Leven Cancer Trust. If you would like to help donate to fund the amazing work they do, then please click on the link or click on the link above. Thank you so much once again, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Lockdown, the gift that keeps on giving. Day 1 into this lockdown. Here, this could go quite well. Sitting around and eating, relaxing for a spell. Maybe a drop of vino, a banana loaf or 4. Lying here just reading, gaining a pound, maybe more. What does it really matter? I won't grump and frown. Staying home to beat COVID. Let's rock this wee lockdown. Day 6 into lockdown, not going quite so well. The weight is creeping up now, less magic's in this spell. We're down to that old sherry, from food my tummy's sore. By doing now I'm sweating booze for every pore. We only a wee walk every day. I'm beginning to wear a frown. Staying home to beat this COVID, putting up with a lockdown. Day 13 into lockdown. It's going so well. Meeting up in Zoom or such to pretend we rock this spell. The recycling tells a story, one we can't ignore. We want back to our normal. This is feeling like a chore. Looking forward to Thursday's clap. Yay! Painting smiles to hide the frown. Still home to beat the COVID. We tolerate lockdown. Day 26 in lockdown. Not going so well. Most often in my PJs, so fed up with this spell. Making the most of some things, others are a bore. And filming of the captain walking makes me ball great and roar. Did I brush my teeth for hair? It's up to me if a flaming frown. Staying home to beat the COVID. Really? Still in lockdown? Day, what? Yeah, 30 into lockdown. How's it going? Aye, well, one day I'm up and filled with joys, the next this spell is hell. But she was too close to bloody stupid. Calm, Thursday's clap, a new night out. He's out in his PJs. I him for next door. Fluffy bunnies, cupcakes, wine. So if you catch me on a frown, still here, home for the COVID. If bust up, lovely, nice lockdown. Day Julemberish. Lockdown. Well, are you really asking if this is going well? I'm tired and bored. I'm hungry and full. Dying for a drink, but will soon drop dead if I drink any more. This is hell. One day I'm limp, weak, afraid for my clan NHS more than next. I'm positive, productive, up. Always knowing with clarity that my family is my core. Even if today I feel like inserting them into Mons Meg and firing them into fucking oblivion just because I need a break, please. Time alone. The next thing you know, Slobo and Joe and Co have been watching how to clip from Trump and are delivering bumble and babble of what they just actually said. Boris looks as comfy as he must have done playing Juliet in his third year production at Eton, and look! What's that all about? Mr. and Mrs. Nosy. Bees who pass by here exactly the same time every lucky day and always look right in our window at exactly the same spot on the pavement. Away and take your walk to some radical time at 4:43 instead of 4:30 p.m. Me? I won't grump or frown. Stayed home and survived the COVID. That was great, that wee lockdown.
But it's the kids, because Emma's like, I never really explained what a stroke was or cancer, whereas my sister-in-law told my oldest niece, and she knows everything inside out, and then she's like, oh, she's going to die like Granny did, and we're like, doesn't mean that, but a child, it's hard to explain this. Whereas Emma just knows that one Gran's getting better because she can visibly see her walking without a Zimmer, and then she's got the other Gran, like, she knows that she can't really talk, so she just tries not to talk to her because she's all embarrassed and shy about it. And the day that I took her to the hospital to see her, my mum's hand was all up, and I just said, Gran's arm's not working how it used to. And I just kept it short, sweet, and really simple, and let her process the wee bite sizes. But none of us are experts at how to deal with this, especially because Emma was young and knows, she's far too clever, knows everything.
Yeah,
She's adjusted.
me and my brother were young when Dad was diagnosed, and I don't think the word cancer was used for quite a while. Like, I remember so clearly being sat down and being told, like, my dad had started having seizures when he'd been at work, and so they'd given him a MRI scan and found the tumor. And like, obviously they said to my parents, you have, like, my dad had cancer, and they sat us down, and I remember him explaining that he was having these seizures because he had a tumor. And I didn't really know what that was. They explained that it was just a growth in his brain, and my dad was getting an operation to have it cut out. They didn't tell me that he'd been told probably wouldn't survive till Christmas, and like, there was no need for us to know those things in that moment. This was the February or the March, so this was like 9 months away, really, that anything could happen, and they didn't tell us anything like that. And I think, like, I don't know, I don't think that they were wrong to do that. I think when eventually when my mum did say to me, like, it's cancer, like, that opens up this whole thing, this whole can of worms. Like, there's a huge difference, even medically, between a tumor and cancer. And Googling things gets a lot rougher when you put the word cancer in it. And I was 12 and wanted to know everything, and that was really scary. But keeping things as basic as possible, I think, when you're a parent or the person trying to explain to a child what's going on, is really beneficial. Like, you have to protect your little people. The big bad world. Like, that's what I think being a parent is kind of like, that you're trying to protect them from how horrible life can be for as long as you can, right? And
absolutely,
that, yeah, kids shouldn't have to experience cancer, particularly having it, obviously, but like, in general, no one should experience cancer. But yeah, I think that explaining to Emma that your mum's hand doesn't work the way it used to is not a lie, is it? Like, that's as a really basic strip it back fact. It just doesn't work, and maybe it'll work again one day. And
I think, and I'm a great believer in people should be helping different charities. Doesn't matter what it is. But for me, like, I lost my granda to cancer, and I've lost a couple of other people as well. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter what charity or what it's for. I mean, charities I help out quite a lot. You know, I mean, I've dressed up as Sandy for Grease and put the blonde wig on and the high heels and danced about singing. You know what I mean? Again, I'll do anything for charity, man. I'm really up for a laugh. And to be fair, the fact that you're actually inviting me to play the live gig, which can't actually happen now, which is very unfortunate, considering the circumstances. But to be able to do this, it's magic, man.
I'm grateful you still agreed to do it, so thank you so much.
No problem
for you, what's your most inspiring music genre and most inspiring artist? What drives you?
To be fair, I mean, that's a huge question to say, because, as you know, I'm a heavy metal singer, I'm a rock singer, but, you know, in the background, I mean, when I was young, I was an Elvis impersonator. You know what I mean? I was brought up on Elvis, Buddy Holly, Patsy Cline, stuff like that. So I've always sung Elvis and thought I had the magic hips, not, you know what I mean? But I mean, Elvis was my biggest influence growing up. Elvis, Pink Floyd, Dire Straits, you know, Buddy Holly, stuff like that. All the oldies, man. That's what I've grew up with. And now, to this day, I mean, I still listen to, you know, the rock and the metal and stuff, but I listen to more country music because that's kind of where originated, you know what I mean, for like the Elvis and that stuff.
Absolutely.
Garth Brooks as well was a huge influence. I mean,
Yeah,
again, that's country again.
that's who my mum always listened to, so I can relate to that. But how have you been finding lockdown? It's very strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting to say the least. I think I've only got 2 nerves now that Angie hasn't got on. But the lockdown's been interesting because now I've been able to, do stuff like this that we never really done in the past. We done the Uproar on the Forever Burning piano version. That was filmed in my room against a black wall.
I know,
you know what I mean? And
the outcome of that
and it looks cool. That's the stuff you kind of need to do in this, in this time, because if you don't do it, then everybody's going to forget you. You know what I mean?
That's
so
it.
you need to make the most of what you've actually got. But
I think
it's been good.
quite well, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of people who have adapted to it, and there's a lot of people who are still trying to find a way. But as a musician, it's some good time to, settle, write some stuff, and work on other projects as well, which is good. Again, I know people aren't the musicians and, haven't got that kind of creativeness or whatever. So it's hard on other people.
Yeah.
But I think this is good. This is especially good, this kind of stuff, because this gives somebody who hasn't got anything else something to watch, something to listen to, something to look forward to. You know what I mean?
I think.
Yeah.
Which is quite good. But
yeah, definitely.
We really are grateful for you taking the time out to do this for us. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having us, man.
Everybody feels blue sometimes. You gotta keep your head on and keep on trying. If you feel the urge to raise your hand, you start a revolution, start a band. You better sing a song and sing it loud. You better do it here, and you better do it now. 'Cause this is one short life that we live. There's some people, this is what my song says. Don't you bring your sadness down on me. Peace is free. There's a sign up ahead, brother, waiting on me. Can't you see? Oh, I know times can get a little tough. You gotta lean on me, brother. You can't give up. Forget about your problems and forget about your pain. Raise up our glasses and forget about the hate. Don't you bring your sadness down on me. Peace is free. There's a sign up ahead, brother, waiting on me. Can't you see? I know, it sounds so bad, yeah. If you want, we'll take a stand, yeah. Don't you bring your sadness down on me. Peace is free. There's a sign up ahead, brother, waiting on me. Can't you see? Can the whole world love one another? Throw down your weapons, kings of the hunger. Don't you bring your sadness down on me. Peace is free. Peace is free. Sunday morning, man, she woke up fighting mad, bitching and moaning on and on about the time I had. And by Tuesday, you could see that girl was good as gone. Then when Thursday came around, I was all alone. So I went for a drive to clear my mind and eat up at the Shell on I-65. Then I won $100 on a scratch-off ticket, bought 2 12-packs and a tank of gas with it. She swore they were a waste of time, all but she was wrong. I was calling number 5 on the radio station, won a 4-day free night beach vacation, deep sea senorita fishing down in Panama. And I ain't gonna see my ex-future mother-in-law anymore. Oh Lord, when it rains it pours. Now she was sure real quick to up and apologize when she heard about my newfound love gone out every die. And it's crazy how lately now it just seems to come in waves. What I thought was gonna be the death of me was my saving grace. Got me thinking that her leaving is the only logical reason that I got the last spot in a Hooters parking lot, and a waitress left a number on my check with a heart she picked up on the first ring when I gave her a call. I only spent $5 at the Moose Club raffle, one to use four-wheeler and free pass for me and 2 of my buddies to play around the golf. And I ain't gonna see my ex-future mother-in-law anymore. Oh Lord, when it rains it pours. When it rains it pours. I've been on one hell of a redneck road for 3 weeks now, and it all started on the day that she walked out. Then I won $100 on a scratch-off ticket, bought 2 12-packs and a tank of gas with it. She swore they were a waste of time, all but she was wrong. I was calling number 5 on the radio station, won a 4-day free night beach vacation, deep sea senorita fishing down in Panama. And I ain't gonna see my ex-future mother-in-law anymore. Oh Lord, when it rains it pours.
So let me kick off a new conversation then. So I'm a chaplain at Direct Primary School as part of my job. And does your daughter, my son, are in the same class. There was a granddad who spent a fair bit of time in the school kind of helping to do stuff, died of cancer a couple of years back, and we kind of led a memorial service for him within the school as part of that. And as part of that, read a book by an author called Oliver Jeffers. It's called The Heart in a Bottle. It's about a little girl who loses her dad and takes her heart and puts it in a bottle so it can't get hurt anymore. Was just chatting with the kids about looking out for one another, talking about how painful these things can be. And I remember one of the kids, I kind of spent a bit of time in the classrooms, and one kid came up to me and told me that what he was going to do to support this girl that had lost her grandpa was he was going to share his grandpa with her.
So
and
cute.
there's just an innocence that comes with kids as they deal with these things.
Honestly.
Yeah, you're kind of like that. Don't cry in front of kids. Don't cry in front of kids.
I know I was in there. I was in the classroom that day when you were reading that book, and I had the biggest lump in my throat ever because my wee girl kept coming up. She eventually came over and she couldn't let go of me. But the way you delivered that was beautiful. It was lovely. It was really well put.
Thank you. I think there's, maybe this is a guy thing. Maybe it's not the same for the two of you. I think as guys, we're terrible at showing emotion at times, and not great at being vulnerable. It's quite easy, just kind of stick the heart in a bottle and plow on. Yeah, I remember being sat in my dad's garden after my mum's funeral, and there was a kind of fire pit going, a bunch of my friends there, and my mum's funeral was really busy. And loads of people came back to their house afterwards, but just didn't feel like talking. But just knowing people were there beside me. I guess the question I was going to ask though was about how have you guys made yourself vulnerable? Have you? It's one thing saying you've got people next to you, but were you able to talk about things? Were you able to deal with them? How did you process it all?
I think I am naturally quite a talker in that respect. It's kind of my coping mechanism. But Ian's more like what you were describing, the stereotypical male way of things. Ian will be like, we'll deal with this when this happens, we'll deal with this when this comes. Why get upset about it right now? And I'm like, I'm fascinated how you can do that, whereas I overthink and
just how you do things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seems completely reasonable. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm like, I don't know how you can do that. But I think if I'm being completely honest, I think I went on complete autopilot because the way I deal with stress is get completely busy. I just give myself a million jobs to do. Jobs. And lockdown, I think, happened for a huge reason in our household, because it wasn't until I had to stop and had no choice but to stop that I had to deal with it. And I think all I did was cry for the first 2 weeks of lockdown, and it wasn't even particularly lockdown. It was like the train put its brakes on and I couldn't keep myself as busy, and my children were even acting completely differently with me. They were like, my little boy's just totally obsessed with his dad, but now he's more on mum's team. So he's like, no, mummy, do it. So I'm feeling so chuffed about that. He's been really cuddly and said something simple like, I like having you here for dinner. And I just kind of stopped and went, does every family not should have dinner with each other? What is that about? So it made me think. So that I think that made me vulnerable, but it was out of my control. I had to thought, right, okay, let me deal with this. Can't keep busy, dizzy.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, I wasn't vulnerable with it for a really long time. Like, it was very normal that Dad had cancer because he had it for so long and nothing really changed. Like, it was pretty stagnant. So my dad had cancer in 2008 and then was given an all clear in late 2009, was re-diagnosed in 2012. So between 2009 and 2012, he technically didn't have cancer. He had a huge scar and a lot of, medication that he took for the rest of his life that came out the back of that as well. And so life wasn't normal. Hi, Emma. But then he got sick again. And definitely the second time around, I was much older. I was 16 when he was re-diagnosed. Yeah, 16. And life was just very different. But it was like, I am totally robotic with it. Like, it was so normal for me that I could tell you the whole story from beginning to end of all the horrible things that happened and all the really good things that happened in that too, of the places we got to go and things we did as a family. But I could do all of that without crying or showing any kind of emotion. I'd probably make some really awkward jokes that would make people feel really uncomfortable because that's my coping mechanism. And it wasn't until after he died that I actually ended up going to counselling. I only went for a few weeks because I didn't enjoy it. It just is not my thing, which is fair for some people. They love it and others they don't. But yeah, I had not started grieving in the same way that you should do when you lose a parent. And I just hadn't allowed myself to be vulnerable with people. Like, it was, my dad had cancer. That was life. Or, my dad was in a wheelchair. That was my normal life. And hadn't really allowed myself that chance to be vulnerable. And I think it's only quite recently that I'll cry. Like, I was never a crier at anything. Oh my goodness. I could have watched like any tragic YouTube clip, could watch those dogs coming and finding their like people who came home from wars and all of those really emotional videos, and I was just like, nah, they're okay. Like, I didn't find them sad or anything, which was probably not good. But yeah, I think it wasn't until maybe 2 or 3 years ago when I feel like things started happening in my own life that I started to realize that like my dad wasn't there for them. Like, my life is unrecognizable to how it was when he was here. And I think that that's quite hard, like, to have a life that he wouldn't recognize. Like, wouldn't know where I lived or where I worked or what I'd done at uni or anything like that. And that's really hard. And now I cry about things like garlic bread and all kinds of ridiculous things. But yeah.
Just how good garlic bread is. I often tear it up.
It explains a lot, Kirsty.
I love garlic bread. I actually cried because I had 2 bits and I only wanted 1. That was the level of ridiculousness.
Wow.
Can I ask you a question, though, Kirsty? Do you love Kylie?
Do I love Kylie?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like Kylie Minogue?
No, not Kylie Minogue. Kylie and Sammy Horner, because we've got a couple of songs by them.
Oh, well, I love Kylie and Sammy Horner. We should listen to some of their songs.
Yeah.
Just don't cry.
I'm just going to try my hardest not to.
So this is Kylie and Sammy Horner, known as the Sweet Sorrows, with their song Garlic Bread. No, it's not. This is them. It's not what the songs are called.
We used to sing this one for an old mate of ours in Idaho. And he is passed on, and he loved this because he was a man dealing with a lot of frailty, and it was a song about self-improvement and living in the hope of. And so for these times, this one's for Kurt.
It took some figuring out to get us this far down the road. we could both discuss. We both get a little jaded. It doesn't mean that love is faded. We take a chance, even if it's slim. When anger burns a bridge, forgiveness teaches us to swim. There's knocking off the edges as we try to get along. Oh, it's good at getting on the outer skies. And even when it stinks some, well, I try to keep in mind, if we can stay the distance, there's a prize. So I ain't giving up on the two of us. And here's a little something we can both discuss. We both get a little jaded. It doesn't mean that love is faded. We'll take a chance, even if it's slim. When anger burns a bridge, forgiveness teaches us to swim. Well, there ain't no point in seething. They say passion runs the bones, but I'm stuck in treading water, and I'm tired. Took some figuring out to get us this far down the road.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight to help raise money for the Vale of Leven Cancer Trust. If you would like to help fund the amazing work they do, just go to the link on the screen or click the link above. Thanks again.
There's a song I wrote, I don't know, 15 years ago or something. Also written in Australia, actually, with a Scotsman though, from Peterhead, a guy called Alex Legg, who was a friend of mine who run the same label together for years. And after gigs, we'd sit up half the night writing songs about anything. So. I am the wild goose, climb above me, and I will take you to better weather with the south wind in my feathers. I will carry you home again. Weary clansmen, leave Culloden and let your lifeblood feed the red bird. Caledonia and fields of Flodden, I will carry you home again. I am the wild goose, climb above me, and I will take you to better weather with the south wind in my feathers. I will carry you home again. Beyond the grey skies, a silver lining, and in my highlands, the sun is shining. You will be safe there, my winter waiting, waiting to carry you home again. and I will take you to better weather with the sound in my feathers. I will carry you home again.
We've spoken a bit about, I guess, our own experiences. We're raising money for the Vale of Leven Cancer Trust. What have your guys' experiences been? I guess my experience was the Vale of Leven and the Beatson, kind of taking mum to appointments and kind of walking that journey with her. What have your experiences been of, I was going to say, amazing staff that work in these places? It's kind of a very leading question, but I'm going to say it anyway because my experience was they were incredible. Yeah, what were your experiences of dealing with nurses and doctors?
I think when the first time I went to the Beatson with mum, I noticed that there was someone there in their little volunteer uniform, and it was, how you doing? Would you like a cup of tea? I was like, this is all very strange. I've been in hospitals, so I've got my own health conditions. I'm like, been in hospitals a few times. This is very different. It's very apparent that they care and they want to make sure that you're being looked after. I did notice a big difference. And I think it does take a special person to be these nurses and doctors to tell someone their life's changing and to deal with them through these processes. And I've had a nurse that's a support nurse. Her name's Jen, and she's amazing. I've gotten to know her so well over the past year, and I speak to her nearly every week, even through all this COVID stuff. She remembers every single detail and calls my mum by name, calls me by name. It's not generic. You can tell the personal touch is there. And that's what I'm meaning by these people are amazing and they are unique, and it does take a really special person. I think that's a massive part of not just my personal experiences in life with a horrible disease, it's seeing other people going through it, because unfortunately too many of us at least know someone who's had it or is going through it, or knows someone who's going through it.
Statistics are now 1 in 2 of us will deal with it during our
The
life.
scary one.
Yeah. What about you, Kirsty? What?
Yeah. I think for me, like, so I'm not from Dumbarton, I'm not from the West, so I had a totally different health board that dealt with Dad. So all of Dad's treatment took place in Edinburgh, at the Western General, which is like the main cancer and neurology departments for NHS Lothian. And just across from Ward 1, which is the chemotherapy ward, there's this little house that's a Maggie Centre. So it's this beautiful, it's like a lodge. It's got books and a full kitchen. You could go and like make yourself a cup of tea or any coffee you could ever desire. I remember they had a fridge full of fizzy juice, which 12 years old was the dream because we weren't allowed fizzy juice at home. And it was just so good, but I don't remember any of the nurses or the volunteers' names who worked at the Maggie Centre, but they took me for the day. My parents dropped me off, and I was put in a group with like other kids my age whose parents had cancer, and they treated us like they didn't treat us like kids whose parents had cancer. We just got to hang out, and there was just that like acknowledgement over the whole thing of like, you can know how this feels. But we got to meet doctors and surgeons, and we all got a chance to lie on the table they do radiotherapy on, and just the people that facilitated that, it totally changed my perception of what happened and how it worked. And all right, let's bring you guys some more music. Now, I'm not musical, so I think that all of these people are incredibly talented, but our next 2 acts have got really special talents. First off, we have Craig McPherson, who has put a medley together of the same 3 chords, but different songs throughout the whole thing, which is incredible. And then check out the social distancing skills of Have Mercy Las Vegas, who separately recorded their pieces and edited them together. They are incredible. Enjoy.
Hey, 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 nothing's fine, I'm torn, I'm all out of faith. This is how I'm feeling, cold and I'm ashamed, lying naked on the floor. Life is brilliant, love is pure, saw an angel, that I'm sure. People killing, people dying, children hurt, I hear them crying. Won't you practice what you preach? Won't you turn the other cheek? If I could, I would go wherever you will. Light up, as if you have a choice. Even if you cannot hear my voice, I'll be right beside you, dear. Sugar baby love, sugar baby love, I didn't mean to make you blue. She ain't got no money, her clothes are kinda funny, her hair is kinda wild and free. And she will be loved, she will be loved. Forever young, I wanna be forever young. 'Cause I can't live with or without you. Whenever I fall at your feet, can you feel the love tonight? Where troubles melt like lemon drops, high above the chimney tops, that's where you find me. Take on me, take me on. I'll be gone. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner, no woman to cry. So Sally can wait, she knows it's too late. I come from a land down under. Once a jolly swag man can't buy a billabong. I need some love like I never need love before, to make love to you, baby. If I were a boy, guess I could understand. I don't understand how you're number one. You were just a thing before, now you're the one. Carry mine, or we can read in my poker face. Come on, Bobby, let's go party. I'm not here for your entertainment. You don't really wanna mess with me, save tonight. Fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone because it's too late to apologize. It's too late. In your head, zombie, 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 yeah, yeah. Near, far, wherever you are. When I get down, when I get down, when I get down, yeah, do 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 do. Time to say goodbye. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Don't stop believing, hold on to that feeling. Streetlights, people,
Cheers everyone. This is a wee song called Namaste, and it's about no matter what religion you are, no matter what border you live behind, we're all in this together. And play to you now, and hopefully you enjoy.
You don't know my name or even know my game, but I love you just the same. Fast approaching 35, a miracle you're still alive.
Body just don't feel the same way. Namaste, namaste. We are better God in a different way. Namaste, namaste. We are better God in a different way. Tranquility was a cloud. Winter comes and leaves will die. Summer is the time of our lives. Lots of positivity. Take my hand and you will see the feel good in your own skin. Namaste, namaste. We open a God in a different way. Namaste, namaste. We open a God in a different way. The secret is to love yourself, forget everybody else. Only you understand that love is them. Carry on for yourself, you will end up on the shelf, screaming hallelujah till you die. Namaste, namaste. We open a God in a different way. Namaste, namaste. We open a God in a different way. Namaste, namaste. Namaste, namaste. Namaste, let the sunshine light. Oh, oh, namaste, namaste. Oh, 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 namaste, the sunshine light. Oh, oh, namaste, namaste. Namaste, namaste. We open a God in a different way. Namaste, namaste. We open a God in a different way. Woo! Woo!
Check out my little mug.
That's a good mug.
I know I love this.
I love it.
Good handle.
It's a good handle.
Sure is. I bought this the day that my mum started her chemo. It's still going.
It's a good mug. I've been hearing from friends of mine who work for the NHS, and I think they've been saying as well on the TV and whatnot and on all the radio adverts about coronavirus that people are afraid to go for testing, people aren't going for mammograms and smears, and if they feel something unusual, they're not going to their GPs as they normally would. Yeah, and I think it's really important actually that we recognise tonight that that's still something that's really valid and worth doing.
Absolutely.
There is no pandemic powerful enough to stop our doctors and nurses caring about people who are sick now. Yeah, if you are putting off going to your GP or putting off going to A&E for whatever reason, please do not feel like you are burdening them. The NHS is designed to deal with these things. Please do take that chance. I think, Diz, you've had a little bit of that kind of thing, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was supposed to go in for a big surgery in March and missed it by a few days. And there's a lot of people in the same boat as myself, and my symptoms had been getting worse. And I'll be honest, I did do that at first. I did try to like avoid it. I thought surely it's going to be the NHS will be stretched, and it actually was a complete opposite, if I'm honest. And I've since encouraged people on your advice and what I've heard on the radio is that they're saying like you'd have to still go. Health still happens. Health still matters. Don't put it off. Because I was actually terrified to go near a hospital and thought I don't want to go up here and catch this or bring this back or put anyone else at risk by me going in. But they have got it down to an absolute fine art, and I couldn't thank the RH in Paisley enough. They were incredible with me. They checked my temperature when I pulled up at like a hospital drive-through window, and then they said, right, go through the green door, and I was the second person in A&E and was seen within 10-15 minutes. They made me a cup of tea, and then I was admitted into a ward really quickly. And I think it's astonishing to see firsthand how these doctors are adapting, because every time they come in the room, they had 2 or 3 pairs of gloves on. They would take a pair off if they even touched me, or I would have a mask on and they would have a mask. They were sanitising in and out, and I'm like, that's adding a lot of time, a lot of heat to their bodies, a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. I was pretty much, well, a little bit away with the fairies on the magic things that they gave to me, but I was also in awe, probably drilling and looking at them a bit creepy, but in awe of how they were doing this. And exactly like you say, Kirsty, that nothing's going to stop them caring. You could tell they just wanted to do their best for you.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with that. You have to go.
Diz, we've got a couple of your friends up next. Do you want to introduce them?
Yeah, I'm very lucky. Since my husband, all the 15 years that I've known him, has been in a band and known musical people. And so when we started planning this event, I decided to start picking at these people and bringing in the favours. So first we have Diane, who's singing a couple of songs, one of which is one of my favourites. It's an absolute tune. And Amy Broadley is one of my best friends as well. And again, very lucky to know these people. And Amy's got a beautiful, beautiful voice, and she's going to sing a couple of songs for us as well.
Hi there, my name's Diane Jardman. I'm absolutely delighted to be taking part in this fundraiser. Big thanks to Diz for organising. As always, she pulls this off and she does a brilliant job, and her thanks for asking me to take part. It's quite special for me to be taking part in this because the Vale of Leven was where my mum was in the final days, and the care that they gave her was fantastic. So personally, I'm absolutely delighted to be helping out here. A couple of songs for you. Hope you enjoy them. This is the first one.
great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly when I knew I should that the whole world was made of this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. And so I cry sometimes in the middle of the night to get it all out what's in my head, and I am feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside, I take a deep breath, I get real high, and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, yeah, 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 yeah. I said, hey, yeah, what's going on? And I said, yeah, 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 yeah. I said, hey, yeah, what's going on? Ooh, 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 and I tried, and oh my God, do I try? I try all the time in this institution, and I pray, and oh my God, do I pray? I pray every single day for revolution. So I cry sometimes in the middle of the night to get it all out what's in my head, and I am feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside, I take a deep breath, I get real high, and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, yeah, 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 yeah. I said, hey, yeah, what's going on? And I said, yeah, 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 yeah. I said, hey, yeah, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. I said, hey, yeah, what's going on? And I said, yeah, 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 yeah. I said, hey, yeah, what's going on? Ooh, ooh, ooh. 25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. Right, just adjusted my sitting position there. I've just realised as well you can probably see my slippers. It's a true lockdown video. It contains slippers. Welcome to your life.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight to raise money for the Vale of Leven Cancer Trust. If you would like to donate and help fund the amazing work they do, just go to the link on the screen or click the link above. Thank you again so much for joining us and enjoy your night.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can feel those of your needs that you won't let show. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, well, I'm right up the road and I'll share your load if you just call me. Call me if you need a friend. Call me when you need a friend. Call me. Call me. Call me. Call me. Call me. We'll do it all, everything on our own. We don't need anything or anyone I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? I don't quite know how to say how I feel. Those three words are said too much, but not enough. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. Let's waste time chasing cars around our heads. I need your grace to remind me to find my own. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. All that I am and all that I ever was is here in your perfect eyes. They're all I can see. I don't know where, I'm confused about how as well. Just know that these things will never change for us at all. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world?
One of the things when anyone hears the word cancer is it just hits you like a wall of bricks, and I think for everyone it's so unexpected. I think we're all immune to it. I think we all feel it'll never happen to us. I know my gran died of breast cancer. Both my aunts have had breast cancer before my mum had it. My gran died on Mother's Day. Not a great day to die. But yeah, it's all unexpected. We've been amazed at some of the artists that have sent videos to us, and we've known how good these guys are, but there's still be some unexpected treats in the mix for us. We weren't expecting anyone to dress as an astronaut when they sent us our videos, but live from Berlin. We're going international. A Dumbarton boy, but now in Berlin. This is Eli Hermit with something a bit different.
And the floorboards, and the concrete, and the bones, and more below. And the floorboards, and the concrete, and the bones, and more below. And the floorboards, and the concrete, and the bones, and more below. In true lucid living, with every reverberation quake, in acceptance, no comfort, but at peace, levels upon levels. Set sail, wind knocked from my sail. Set sail, wind knocked from my. Make an escape, new password names as we glide across tectonic plates. Where did you get it and where was it made? Facing further pain, but we kept that contained. What about you? Oh, myself? Well, yes, I'm a tape, and I'm recording the plays day after day, slowly fading and distorting away as I'm unwound and wound again in repetition, yet stuck in place as my new self carries on the current me or the old one. It's hard to tell. My body carries as my mind again starts to fail, soaking water damage within a coffin cast where the emptiness lasts. Within a coffin cast where the emptiness lasts. My green, your green, and green and same. My green, your green, and green and same. Within a coffin cast where the emptiness lasts. Sawdust. Then a coffin cast where the emptiness lasts. Sinews. My green, your green, and green and same. My green, your green, and green and same. Sail, set sail, wind knocked from my sail. Set sail, wind knocked from my. And the floorboards, and the concrete, and the bones, and more below. And the floorboards, and the concrete, and the bones, and more below. And the floorboards, and the concrete, and the bones, and more below. And the floorboards, and the concrete, and the bones. Take one, take two, take three. Take what you can from me and leave. Can't see the forest for the trees, can't see the leaves for the green. You know what I mean, or maybe not. I'm a polyglot, speaking English, Deutsch, and Scots. Sorry, what? You can't understand a word I say, but that's my cultural attaché. Perfect is perfect, but with a K. perfekt.uk.de. Cutting out the distance in between. Cutting out coffee and caffeine. Coping with anxiety at least. Can't see the thread for the seams, can't see success in the dreams. You don't know what I mean. Well, you're not there yet. I'm there already. I'm there already. I'm there already. I'm there already. Going from mountain to coastal, still seeing ghosts still. Move to the land of heavy booze and party pants. While you're sleeping, I can't sit still, sitting fuming but looking chill. Characterised by white lines on a blue flag. Fistful of thistles, put 'em in the bag. Calling out wolf whistlers in your Avon, selling da. I'm keeping time, you're feeling jet lagged. Ha! Hit loop and it'll play indefinitely, or until I feel differently. I've got loose lips and weak knees. Why should I feel guilty for just being? Is there something you've cited that I'm not seeing? Play persona, head out to Japan. Come back with like 50 toy Gundams. Next flight to Thailand. Start a band, a sip iced tea while you fear reprimand. Ha! Shellless hermit with restless mind. Can't stay in one place for much time. Call it what you want, stop wasting time. Is it yours or is this name mine? Whoa. Can't stay in place for much time. Can't stay in place for much time. Can't stay in place for much. Existing in a vacuum, I've not heard much from him in a long time, have you? Said he was born blue, calls himself a half-truth. Shells like cashews wears a name that's untrue. Bliss says he struggles daily with stress, painting themes of anxiety, feeling depressed, recording coping mechanisms, quitting rope, tying lesson sessions of self-medicating, growing less, the fear that I'll never succeed, turn anxiety in a pint of green tea. But you've heard that line before, whitstones to the fire, feet never touch the floor, bonfires in the dark, hermitage disturbed, emphasize the verb, I'm running out of doing words, I'm waking up strangled by the headphone cord, dancing in self-expression through words that don't look or sound like where I'm from. I can't speak or act like where I am. I can't speak or act like where I am. I can't speak or act like where I am. I can't speak or act like where I am. I don't look or sound like where I'm from. I can't speak or act like where I am. I don't look or sound like where I'm from. I can't speak or act like where I am. I don't look or sound like where I'm from. I can't speak or act like where I am. I don't look or sound like where I'm from. I can't speak or act like where I am.
Hi guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight for raising money for the Vale of Leven Cancer Trust. If you would like to donate to the amazing work that these guys do, please use the link above and donate as generously as you can. Thank you so much again and enjoy the rest of your night.
Cancer is rough. We have had some pretty rough conversations about it, and we've all experienced those really sad, dark moments. But out of sad, dark moments sometimes comes some really good stuff. Ollie, I know that you've already spoken about your sisters being home, and you got to be home and spend time as a family for longer than you anticipated, which I'm sure when you look back on that, that's such a blessing that your mum got to spend that time with her kids and that you guys got to spend that time together as a family. And it is so exciting. Like when I think about the things that we got to do, because Dad was given this miraculous second chance, and thinking about like the holiday that we got to go on to visit family in America that we probably wouldn't have done had, you know, life just continued on as normal. Yeah, it's just quite nice. It's nice to be able to look back and find those good memories. I think it's really important to be able to do that.
I think for me, I kind of spoke about my sisters being home, but when we were growing up, Mum used to read us the Chronicles of Narnia, the kind of Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe and all those books. And there's just one day, kind of Mum was in bed now and didn't even really want TV on. It was too much work for her. But it's just a day I sat there and had my daughter on my knee and just read some of the Narnia book to Mum. Just fell asleep while I was reading her the story. But they're just kind of special memories in the midst of moments that suck, but in the midst of that, kind of good things happen. It's kind of cherishing those special moments when you get them.
Yeah, definitely.
The light here is fading. Probably need to turn my light on. Natural light's fading, at least here. You guys seem absolutely fine where you are. But we've got 3 more acts, so we're gonna give you next 2, and then we'll share again before we have our last act. So we've got Ricky and Glenn Kennedy singing a couple of songs, and then from Colorado in the USA, we've got Esther Sparks. Hope you enjoy it.
Hello everybody, Glenn and Ricky here. We thought we would just do these 2 wee songs as songs of with a wee bit of hope in them in these dark times that we're all going through. So this is your 2 songs that we're going to send out to you all. Thank you. I feel the touch of hands so kind and tender. They're leading me in paths that I must run. I'll have no fear when Jesus walks beside me, for I'm sheltered in the arms of God. So let the storms reach high, the dark clouds rise, they won't worry me, for I'm sheltered safe within the arms of God. He walks with me, and not a word shall harm me, for I'm sheltered in the arms of God. Soon I shall hear the call from heaven's portals. Come home, my child, 'tis the last mile you must draw. I'll fall asleep and wake in God's new heaven, sheltered safe within the arms of God. So let the storms reach high, the dark clouds, they won't worry me, for I'm sheltered safe within the arms of God. He walks with me, and not a word shall harm me, for I'm sheltered in the arms of God. So let the storms reach high, the dark clouds rise, they won't worry me, for I'm sheltered safe within the arms of God. He walks with me, and not a word shall harm me, for I'm sheltered in the arms of God. For I'm sheltered in the arms of God. This is your second song, a wee song from the 60s, that was done by the Bachelors, but we believe it's also a song of hope, so I hope this is alright.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight to raise money for the Vale of Leven Cancer Trust. If you would like to donate to help fund the amazing work they do, just go to the link on the screen or click the link above. Thank you again and enjoy the rest of your night.
Hello. So I live in a rather small house with 5 other people, and everybody's home. So it's kind of difficult to find a place to record. So I'm recording in what will be the extension of our house. Let's see. Ta-da! There's no windows yet, so that means that you can hear the trucks going by, or anything else that happens to go by. So that's what the background noise is. You might hear the birds too. Alright, here's the songs. Cheers. Unclench your jaw, love. Let go of your fears. Trouble and hardship can't reach you here. Anxiety, love, must flee from here. Unclench your jaw, love. Let the angels draw near. I can see your shoulders over your ears. I can see your brow, love, as far
I've seen your eyes, love, too often filled with tears. Unclench your jaw, love, let the angels draw near. Unclench your jaw, love, let go your fears. Trouble and hardship can't reach you here. Anxiety, love, must flee from here. Unclench your jaw, love, let the angels draw near. This too shall pass, love. There will come a day when this time of trouble seems so far away. And peace and joy, love, will catch you here. Unclench your jaw, love, let the angels draw near. Unclench your jaw, love, let go your fears. Trouble and hardship can't reach you here. Anxiety, love, must flee from here. Unclench your jaw, love, let the angels draw near. The space between you and me is sacred ground. The devil only fears to tread here. Only rest is found. The space between you and me is sacred ground. The devil only fears to tread here. Only rest is found. Here only rest is found. Maybe we lost everything, did we? Maybe we lost everything, did we? Well, we lost our heads, we lost our hearts, and we lost our lives, but we came back to life.
lost in this game, didn't we? Caught in a storm, smashed and sunk under the sea. Well, you lost your job, and I lost my home, and we lost our minds, but we came back to and you still love me, and I still love you. It's a miracle, baby, we made it through. You still love me, and I still love you. It's a miracle, baby, that we made it through. We came back to we came back to oh, we came back to we came back to
So I've had to turn my light on, which looks as if I've got the sun rather than a light in our living room. There's our last act is a guy called Dan Robinson, who's a Scottish guy, lives in California now. I know he's singing one of your favourite songs.
Yeah.
But before he sings, this has been Your Baby. It's meant to be an event in the Phoenix, kind of tea party in the afternoon, kind of hang out, lots of fun stuff happening, and we kind of moved it into the virtual world. Do you have anything you'd like to say? It's Your Baby. What would you need to finish?
I need to say thank you, first of all, to yourself, because you let this happen. You gave us the idea of being able to put it virtual and not just what a lot of people would do and say, oh, well, it's cancelled like everything else.
I also own Facebook, so I've allowed you to.
Just you calm down a bit there, Ollie. Thank you so much. It's amazing, and all your hard work, and Kirsty, obviously, and the editing queen, who will probably be cursing our names by the end of it, but the artists as well for taking the time out to do this, and giving us sharing us their talent and taking part. We're really grateful, which we'll put all the artists' social media and everything at the end, so please check out the rest of our stuff, not just what they've shared with us this evening. Thank you to everybody for tuning in, and for those who have donated, we will put up a final total, and hopefully get a socially distant picture of money going to Jerry. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much.
So here is Dan Robinson with Diz's favourite song, Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls, and then a cover of Location by Khalid.
And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I can taste in this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. And sooner or later it's over, I just don't want to miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's meant to be broken. I just want you to know who I am. Can't fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your lies, when everything feels like the movies. Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't want the world to see, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's meant to be broken. I just want you to know who I am. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's meant to be broken. I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am. One, two, three, four. Send me your location, let's focus on communicating, 'cause I just need the time and place to come through. Won't you send me your location, let's ride the vibrations. I don't need nothing else but you. At times I wonder why I fool with you. This is new to me, this is new to you. Initially, I didn't want to fall for you. Gather my attention, it was all for you. So don't take advantage, don't leave my heart damaged. To understand that things get a little bit better when you plan it. So won't you send me your location, let's focus on communicating, 'cause I just need the time and place to come through. Won't you send me your location, let's ride the vibrations. I don't need nothing else but you.
I don't wanna for love offers up tweets. So let's get personal. I got a lot of cool spots that we can go. Tell me what's the move and I got you. I'm only acting like this cause I like you. Just give me the vibe to slide it. I'ma make you mine tonight.
Won't you send me your location? Let's focus on communicating, cause I just need the time and place to come through. Won't you send me your location? Let's ride the vibrations. I don't need nothing else but you. Ride, 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 and ride, ride, ride. Come and vibe with me tonight. I don't need nothing else but you.
I don't need.
And ride, ride, ride. Come and vibe with me tonight. I don't need nothing else but you. So won't you send me your location? Let's focus on communicating, cause I just need the time and place to come through. Won't you send me your location? Let's ride the vibrations. I don't need nothing else but you.
Let's record the last bit then. So I have lived in Scotland since I was 9, but from my accent, you can tell I'm from south of the border. Kirsty, you're also English, aren't you? So
How dare you?
That happens so often to you.
I am from
just the Edinburgh accent, but because you're fully Scottish, you're a Paisley girl. So I guess you know that you can't finish a night without Old Lang Syne.
Absolutely.
So we thought, we bring Dan and his wife Louise back in to finish up. So on behalf of me and wherever Kirsty is, there, and Diz, one of these directions, a moth has just flown in front of me. On behalf of the three of us, thank you for joining in. If you haven't had a chance to donate yet, then please do that. All of the money's going to go to the Vale Leven Cancer Trust. Makes a real difference for those going through really, really tough times. So thank you for joining us. I'm sure Kirsty, wherever she is, and Diz, whichever direction she's in, I don't know, down here. We've enjoyed talking tonight. We've enjoyed listening to the music, but like I say, it'd be amazing if you can donate, but thank you for joining us. And here is Danny and Louise.
Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgot and all take